Stuart,
Yes.
you often and repeatedly say that this meditation is about developing the chakra system. I find that when I practice the meditation, as well as in my Qigong practice, and I focus at the root chakra below the navel, I feel more of an energy or expansion in the heart. And I was wondering if there's any significance to that. And more generally, as one deepens their practice, do they feel the individual chakras or how does that evolve?
Somebody asked me the exact same question yesterday. I mean, really amazing. Look, if you develop the core inside you, look, the chakra system, it's like an orchestra that needs to be fine-tuned. And if you develop the core inside yourself, that chakra below the navel where you're grounded, where, the chi, the power, it gives you the strength then to open the heart chakra. And the heart chakra, all it takes is a little bit of gratitude, and the heart chakra, its wings will spread, and there's unconditional love that will come out of you. So, I'm not surprised that as you develop that chi, that power inside yourself, that the heart chakra opens. And, and certainly as the chakra system develops, and you refine it and you build it, and you begin to get a feeling in each chakra. Each chakra, will emit a certain kind of energy that you will feel. And when Kundalini rises, when the sexual energy moves to the base of the spine, when the mind gets quiet, you start receiving knowledge, wisdom. The heart opens. You start receiving, the highest emotions, which is so essential. If you not forget a spiritual life, you just want to live in the world, to be able to look out at the world and to have compassion for the condition of human beings and how they live in this world. So all of that is part of the development of the chakra system. If the chakra system doesn't develop, a human being is like dead inside. They live in the mind. 98% of their energy is in the head. They get very sterile. They get very intellectual. They get very whatever, and there's no juice. But when you have chi and the heart opens, start becoming a really juicy person. You also open to allow room for all the tension that's in the head to begin to flow down. That tension goes into the core, into the third chakra, and it will help you build the chakra. Instead of driving you crazy, you can use that tension to build the chakra inside. All of this is like, Rudy always talked about it being like a one-man band. You're playing all these instruments inside yourself. They all have to be fine-tuned. They all have to be developed, and the beginnings of it is chi. It's that power. Without that power, how do you develop anything? How do you deal with your karma if you don't have chi? How do you deal with the power of Kundalini if you don't have chi? You don't have that power. How do you deal with how does the heart stay open unless it has some kind of rootedness and foundation that's in that chakra? So that chakra becomes the key to truly opening every single part of your being. And once you get that open and that really start, the heart will almost automatically open. All it takes is a little bit of gratitude and bingo, the heart will open. And it all works together, you understand? And what it does is it enables us to do two things that we're born here to learn how to do. The first one is to learn how to live in this world and be a happy person, how to work out one's karma. That's why we're born here. We're born here to learn how to transform all the difficulty, the suffering, if you'll pardon my Bronxese, all the bullshit into compost and produce inside ourselves an organic garden. Second thing is a spiritual life. Now, you're going to have a spiritual life if you develop all aspects of your humanity. But if you spend all your time with bouts of depression and unhappiness and this, understand, you really keep yourself from connecting to higher energy in the universe. So it all works together. The key to it is developing that chakra below the navel. And, Qigong is a good way to do it. I mean, Rudy always said that the closest thing to what he teaches is Taoism. And Qigong is, an instrument of Taoism. So it really works well to help develop that. I mean, I've known Qigong masters and Taoist masters and Tai Chi masters. And one of the things that was always missing was the heart. They had enormous qi, this great power below the navel. And they knew, they could dictate to anybody. I mean, I had a guy, he used to be a friend of mine who was a Tai Chi master, and he used to do massages, I used to get massages from him, and oh man, he could take his elbow and move bones in your body and, and fix things that, nobody could fix. It was really amazing. But, the thing that was missing was always this heart. That compassion, that love. It was always doing it the right way. I'm not putting it down. The guy was brilliant at what he did, and he was a very good teacher of Tai Chi. And he was a friend of mine. He used to be a client of mine. He used to make me crazy all the time. We were great friends. And every time it came to buying something, it was like a war. He was going to spend money in my gallery, and he came to fight a war. I finally said to him, look, it's enough already. Why do we have to go through this every time we're going to, and the guy bought like 75 paintings from me. I mean this, every one of them was a war. And he had all that chi. He had tremendous power, this guy, And I used to laugh. It never bothered me because I knew the result of the war, but it was, it was that power. That power is so essential. But without the heart being open, the power usually is people controlling other people. The heart has to open. The mind has to get quiet. You have to be able to draw that energy through the sex to the base of the spine. Now, in Taoism, that's part of their learning, drawing the energy through the sex to the base of the spine. And it was something that Rudy taught and I teach because it's the transformation of the human to the spiritual when energy moves through the sexual area to the base of the spine. And you do, ultimately, you begin to experience each chakra as it opens, as it gets stronger, it's part of the development of a inner life that enables you to have a spiritual life. But you can't forget gratitude. You can't forget the quiet mind. You can't forget open throat chakra. All of this is part of the orchestra. It's all ingredients in the cosmic soup that enables one to truly develop a system that is strong enough inside and developed enough inside to become one with God, one with higher energy.
And as a follow-on to support that evolution, does one do that with intention to ask for those chakras to open?
No, you don't need tension, just gets in the way,
Intention, not
Intention,
tension.
yeah. Yeah, just bring your mind to the chakra below the navel. Focus your attention there. That'll open that chakra. Feel gratitude. That'll open that chakra. When those two chakras are open, then all of that mental stuff, it has room to flow down. But the key is it's not, yes, it's your intention to have a spiritual life, but then you have to do it by focusing your attention below the navel, by feeling gratitude, by relaxing as deeply as you can inside, by drawing energy through the sexual chakra to the base of the spine, by bringing your attention, 5-10% of your attention to the base of the spine. All of that is part of the responsibility of somebody who truly wants a spiritual life. You have to do these things. And the ultimate goal is to become one with higher energies, to fulfill your karma and to become one with higher energy. And the wonderful thing about all of this is that it's all part of the same soup. All of these things are just ingredients in the soup. And for the soup, which I by may mean your Shakti, your energy, your consciousness, to be delicious, we have to be able to get the chakra system on and the energy moving and flowing inside us. And then it becomes a wonderful soup. We learn how to live and like ourselves and love ourselves, how to open to other people, to not get crazy because other people are crazy, to just be able to live in the world and, and have a wonderful life. I mean, that's really all it's about. Be with God. But our responsibility is to use whatever techniques we learn to do this. That's it. And I studied a lot of stuff when I was younger, and I never came across anything like what Rudy taught, because he was developing the entire chakra system. That's what I try to teach here, the development of the entire chakra system. It's a holistic approach to a spiritual life. And I'm not saying other things don't work, they do. Thank God. But in this practice, it's this holistic approach of developing the entire system. And so,
Thank you for the clarifications.
hmm?
Thank you for the clarifications.
Welcome. Welcome. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And don't ever be if something's unclear, ask a question. That's what I'm here for. If I don't know, I will go check it out myself and come back with an answer in the next class, But ask a question if something isn't clear, especially in terms of doing the exercise. That has to really be clear. How you experience it, each person will experience it in their own unique way. And I think that's terrific. I don't want you to become a clone of Stuart, Experience it in your unique and creative way. And I think that's a very wonderful thing. And I'm not here to sit in judgment of anybody and you're doing it right or wrong. If you're doing it wrong, it's just all right. We'll turn it around and you'll do it so that it works for you so you can grow. Does anyone else have a question they'd like to raise? We just haven't, I might not be able to attend, have a class this coming Sunday for a couple of reasons. The biggest one is every so often I just got to take a day off. I mean, I'm very tired. It's a tremendous amount of work to do this 7 classes a week, 8 classes with the class I have here on Saturday evening. So I might take Sunday off. I'll let you know on Thursday if I'm going to do that. And we'll see. Anyway, thank you. God bless you all for being in my life, being part of my life, and being here. And I always tell you all, your presence makes me work very deeply on myself. I need that. I need that to continue serving a higher energy. And that's what my life is about. So thank you and bless you all. There'll be a meditation on Thursday. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart.